Why Twitch will not succeed as a platform.
For a minute, I thought it was when like Ninja was coming up and we were on there with our podcast. But I'll tell you, they were trying so hard to be more than video games. And it was so important for them to grow as a platform.
Yeah.
And I think them bringing our podcast on was really smart. And we had a lot of success there. But when it came time to renegotiate our contract, they were penny pinching us and throwing us away and having totally unreasonable demands. And I would even go as far as to say vindictive and petty when we decided to leave Twitch and go back to YouTube. Like, for example, after I decided that, they canceled.
I mean, their channel would have gotten the same contract as everyone else on Twitch. Not everyone else. Every top streamer on Twitch. Does he think he deserves more than other streamers, other top streamers, or what?
Canceled my partnership. Like, just out of spite.
Which we had before the podcast.
Like, the top streamers get 70%, right, instead of 50% from subs. I don't know a single streamer that gets more than 70%, even though some people think that they do. So this guy must have this guy must have probably wanted more than 70%.
For years.
Yeah.
And I would stream on and off. And after it ended, they went out of their way and canceled my partnership to get rid of my subscribe button. And then they still owed me money. And 6 months later, after trying to chase down my payment for so long, they're like, so we're trying to pay you, but we actually need you to sign up for the partner program again before we can pay you.
They didn't think that one through.
I was like, you fucking clowns. I refused. I actually got on and off with them for a long time. And I just flat out said, I am not enrolling in that shit. Here's my wire information. You kicked me out. Fucking pay me. You know?
Wait, why did they kick him out? Because he streamed on YouTube? Or why did they do that?
Management there is a mess.
They didn't kick him out, he left. He didn't want to sign another contract.
I think that they're extremely short-sighted with their budget and how.
I mean, if you don't want to renew your contract, then
they lost us big time.
You can't be a partner.
I liked being there, but they lost us big time. I think that the management is really bad. I think they don't have good people there, and I think that they're just too invested in video games, and they haven't successfully branched out to other verticals.
Yeah, I mean, they were trying to get us to like agree on amount of hours to stream. They're like, how can you stream more hours? But it's like the show is the show. It's not about how many hours we can do.
Yeah, exactly.
The show is about what we talk about, and it has its own length.
Take it or leave it.
Yeah. We're not going to stream longer to meet some hour quota.
No, we just want the show to be good. But I don't think Twitch is ever going to... I don't see it. I don't see it. They're not able to cater to high-quality people. Like, playing video games is cool, and that's one thing. But if you want, like, talented people making high-quality content there's no fucking reason to do it unless they're...
Not calling gamers not high-quality.
High quality.
It's not that what they're doing isn't great. It's great on Twitch, and it's obviously really entertaining because a lot of people are watching it. But if you want to...
If you want
get other verticals,
broader than video games,
then you need to, I don't know, they just weren't willing to do what it took to do it. And so, I don't see it. You know, they once asked me, they like took us out to a fancy dinner and they were trying to pick our brain. And he's like, what do you think, how do we compete? And I was like, oh, well, you need VODs. You need to, and this was during a time when people were really angry with YouTube and all their systems and adpocalypse and copyright and all this. I was like, bro, everybody's trying to make a competitor to YouTube. There's creators who are banding together to try to make competitors to YouTube. You guys have the money and the means and the audience. Just start making VODs and recommending VODs to people. Because they have VODs of streams, but there's no curated, people don't upload their videos. Like, even if you allowed YouTubers like me or any of their big creators who stream there to just upload their YouTube videos also on Twitch, and then created some means of delivering it and compensating, you in a couple of years' time would already start building that ecosystem. And they're like, oh, we never even thought about that.
It's so crazy. Just think about, I mean, how
like,
huge
oh, wow.
of a market.
Okay, so he wants Twitch to do exactly what YouTube does, but the reason that they moved over to Twitch in the first place was because they were earning jack shit from the YouTube system with ads, because YouTube was fucking them in the ass. And they want Twitch to do the exact same thing. No streamer wants to fucking bother. If they wanted to be a YouTube streamer, they would fucking put their videos on YouTube, but there's so few fucking streamers who actually take their YouTube channel seriously, right? Because, you know, it's just shit compared to subscribers and live content, right? And donations, etc. So it's not a good idea.
It is on YouTube of like re-uploads and
Right.
edits of Twitch streams. Like there's
It's huge. That's such a good
massive.
point.
Like why
That's
is that even
how
happening?
Our highlight channel started.
Right.
People would take our clips
The
and
Twitch streams and
re-upload
put it
them on YouTube.
Dan, that's such a good point that like Twitch can't even manage.
Wait a second. What the fuck? I'm Boomer. Fuck you, Forsen. You actually got Boomer username?
WTF is this clown talking about? Higher quality is for YouTube videos. Streaming is for autistic people like to chat LW.
High quality is for YouTube videos, streaming is for autistic people like chat. Yeah, when he says high quality, he means reaction content, you know, IRL viewers, all that shit. He doesn't mean specifically edited videos. He just means more of that genre, like anything non-gaming he's talking about. I'll play getting the Boomer username guy in chat. Very impressive.
Their own content that originates there, that people would rather watch it on YouTube because YouTube's system of serving it and curating it is so much better. That's a huge problem. Like if they need to develop a way to curate content and serve it to people. If you show that on people's homepage, they'd be watching videos on Twitch before you know it. And then all of a sudden people are spending more time on Twitch because one of the inherent issues with Twitch is that you can only watch one video at a time.
One stream.
Once a person's streaming, watching live is way better than the VOD. Let's face it.
Because you want to interact
That's the whole
with
point.
what's happening.
Right. So I think part of the issue on Twitch that a lot of people have trouble with is that you could only watch one live show at once.
So it's like
Where
they're
on
all
YouTube,
competing.
yeah, you can watch 1,000 videos and there's space for everybody on YouTube. But on Twitch,
You can only watch one live stream at a time, but on YouTube you can watch infinite videos at the same time? Like, what? No, you cannot. What? I don't get. What is he trying to say? Someone tell me, because I'm not understanding what his point is here. Streams aren't always on. Yeah, and he means VODs versus videos. Yeah, but you still only watch one YouTube video at a time, right? You don't turn on multiple videos at a time. You can, the same way you can watch, on Twitch you watch for like 1 hour, while a video on YouTube is like 15 minutes. Okay.
you're actually competing for.
I still don't see the point, I'm sorry.
That's why it's so toxic
I think so.
between the streamers.
Yeah, and I think so. Because people see these like titty streamers as stealing views. But again, people decide what they want to view. It's just stupid nonsense. But
There's a lot of
I was blown away.
there's a
by
lot of
Twitch's,
competition and drama between YouTube streamers too, right?
um,
They're always
for us
throwing
to
shit
decide
in
what I thought
the
was good.
competitor's
Yeah.
direction and stuff.
and when he was like, "Oh, we hadn't even considered that," I was like, "Are you fucking
Yeah, that's wild.
sure you should work
Especially
there?"
like you said. I mean, this was during the period of the apocalypse, like when
Yes,
when
it
the
was.
hate for YouTube was at its highest. Like that was
Yes.
the time to strike right then, and they were just dropped the ball
Crazy.
completely.
It's crazy with Jeff Bezos' money. You would think that they
Because
wouldn't
they're
be such
owned
penny
by
pinching bitches.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they are such penny pinching little fucks over there, and they're just so focused on the bottom line. I think Twitch probably just loses a bunch of money, and Amazon.
Well, YouTube was losing money every year.
That's true, but I think Google is way. Well, clearly,
Than Amazon.
but the
Well,
thing
I mean,
is,
Amazon
YouTube is like the advertising arm. YouTube is special.
How does Twitch
They-
lose
they
money
understood the
every
value
year?
there. But I don't think Amazon understands the value in Twitch or the potential.
They bought it. I mean, they.
I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's
Understand
their
something.
problem. They can't figure it out over there. Anyway, fuck it all. Fuck Twitch. I'm over them.
You know what I think? I don't think he wanted a better split of the sub money. I think he wanted a monthly salary from Twitch for streaming on Twitch, because he doesn't stream that much, right? And if you don't stream that much, you're not gonna get those subs anyway. So the sub ratio doesn't really matter. He wanted a fixed salary. That's why he was saying that Twitch wanted him to stream a set amount of hours, right? I think he wanted a fixed salary from Twitch of a lot of thousands a month to stream there. And I think he's out of his mind if he thinks Twitch will make him a favorite, because there's tons of streamers on Twitch that easily rake in twice what he would have if he streamed every day. Like I think he streamed a couple times a month, or a few times a month or something. I'm not quite sure exactly, but maybe once a week or whatever. And if he were to stream every single day, he would for sure be where the other YouTubers are, around like 4,000 viewers or something. Those who stream every day, 3 to 4,000. And there's no way.
I am sure you have noticed that body language. He inspires zero confidence and authority about what he is saying. Seems really forced.
Yeah, I really think that he asked for a fixed monthly salary to stream on Twitch, but to stream 4 times as well. But we have so many streamers on Twitch that like the more you stream, the less viewers you will have on average, kinda. It sounds weird, but if you're like a big streamer or a big personality, kinda. Because if you're doing rare things all the time, then it's more interesting for people than if you're grinding. So if he were to grind, he would be a not low viewer, but relatively to the big guys who don't get a fucking fixed salary for streaming on Twitch. So I think he's just salty that he didn't get super special treatment.
And this kind of shit is stupid, because on YouTube there's such a clear separation of the staff, and I think that's part of the problem also, that people feel somewhat alienated on YouTube. But on Twitch, there's not enough bigger separation. Because while I wouldn't be surprised at all if it was a rumor that Alinity sleeping with Twitch staff, on the other hand, I wouldn't all be surprised. Because it's extremely possible for something like that to happen.
I don't understand either that kind of
Pilpul is the word
rumor.
of the day. Pilpul is defined as endless quibbling argumentation as a tactic to confuse entire opposition in political debate, typically employed by people like 33 to argue in circles until people agree with them.
Welcome to Uganda.
Pilpul is the word of the day. Pilpul is defined as endless quibbling and argumentation as a tactic to confuse and tire out opposition in political debate. Typically employed by people like H3 to argue in circles until people agree with them. Yes. I don't know. I don't really know. But I don't think that Okay, so here's the thing. In order for her to be 100% safe, she would have to have slept with the fucking CEO of Twitch, right? And not very likely. There's tons of people on the moderation team, and any one of them who didn't get the puss would ban her instantly if that were the case, right? Like if she did something bannable. So I when people say that argument, it's the worst argument out of them all. No, I was talking hypothetically. If she did something worthy of banning, then anyone else in the moderation team. There's not just one guy on the moderation team on Twitch. There's not just one guy. There's a lot of them. And anyone has the power to ban. Anyone can get a report and ban. So yeah. It's not just one guy. And also when people use the argument that she brings in too much money to Twitch, she doesn't. She really doesn't. There's tons of streamers who bring out way more and they can easily get banned and stuff. So it's not about favorizing the earners. I said this before, but the amount of money that even someone like Shroud, I don't know how many subs he has, but 30k, I don't know, 30k subs, they don't care. Like fucking Twitch is valued over $1 billion, right? It's valued over $1 billion. They don't care if they have to ban fucking Shroud for a month. It's nothing for them. It's nothing at all. So the fact that any streamer make them enough money, they can still ban them for a month and be fine. For sure. Any stream that goes for any streamer on Twitch. No one is safe because they earn Twitch money in that sense. Does not work that way. But yeah. I guess people are living in their own bubbles sometimes. And unless you have the numbers in front of you, you're just making guesses. Meme Donuts 444 and says, where would you rank Sekiro among the From Software games? Where would I rank Sekiro? I would probably rank it.
Welcome to Uganda.
I would probably rank it after Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 1, Bloodborne, but before Dark Souls 2, maybe? Or actually, I would have it at the same place as Dark Souls 2, honestly. I feel like Dark Souls 2 is fine, and Sekiro is fine. But I would rank it after Bloodborne, Dark Souls 1, and Dark Souls 3. Probably. Sekiro last? No, not last. It just isn't Dark Souls. It's not customizable enough for me in terms of fighting style, right? You can only have the same weapon. You can do a little bit of moves differently if you spend your points, but yeah. Anyone, like most people, got every single prosthetic is what they were called, right? Hard equals boo. How? No. No, not at all. I didn't have a hard time with Sekiro. I beat all the hardest bosses and everything whatsoever. It wasn't harder than some of the Dark Souls 3 bosses for me. So I'm not saying it because of that. I'm saying it because of not enough customization. In my opinion. It was hard to make the Forsen build. Is what I'm trying to say. It was hard to make the Forsen build. equals boo, maybe. But it wasn't a hard game even without the Forsen build. You know what I mean? The Forsen build is there to make the game harder. Handicap yourself so that the glory is that much sweeter when you do beat it.
Welcome to
You know?
Uganda.
Epix49 Rimpo.